Welcome to the Waardenburg Family Farm.
Well, first we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And this is going to be a little bit different video. We want to share with you some things that we're thankful for on this Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, we're very thankful for our family and the farm and how the farm has really helped bring our family together even closer.
It really has. We see our kids a lot more since we've had this farm. Well, our daughter lives on the farm, but everybody wants to come here and be here. And it's just, it's a really good place for the family to be together.
That got me thinking about like a homestead, and really the heart of a homestead are those you love, and your family, and your friends, your community. Mm-hmm. And this is a place where people want to be. And that's really the heart of a homestead. It's not, you know, how many tractors you have or chickens or cows or how many tomatoes you grow.
Mm-hmm. It's how people feel when they come here. Do they feel welcome, warm, you know, and loved and cared for?
Yeah. That's really been driven home to me in these days. I've been thinking about Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're thankful too. I mean, we're not spring chickens. We're thankful that we're still healthy enough to work on this farm and do the things we're enjoying. Yeah. So we don't ever want to stop being thankful for that while we have it.
So we're going to tell our Thanksgiving story?
November 23rd has a special meaning to us. 1987 was a very special November 23rd. Yeah. We had a little boy who was 2 years old and 9 months, and I was due with twins. And on the 23rd, I gave birth to twins. We had Alexander, who weighed 8 pounds 10 ounces, and Anna, who weighed 8 pounds 3 ounces. Yes.
That's a big story all in of its own, but there's more to it, isn't there?
Oh, there was. Yeah. As I was in labor and delivery, the doctor called him out. And I'm thinking something's wrong with the babies, and they don't want to tell me.
Mr. Waardenburg, can we talk to you? Can you step out into the hall? I'm like, oh boy, you know, you're a little nervous anyway. Having twins, it's can be more difficult, you know. So you thought the same thing I did, like something doesn't look good, and so we were.
But it wasn't about the twins.
No, it wasn't. They said to me, Mr. Waardenburg, your mother and father-in-law are in the emergency room downstairs. It looks like your son broke his leg. I'm like, oh.
And he did.
Yeah, yeah. I went down and he was in the emergency room and he had a fractured femur. He was at home with mother and father-in-law and they were just playing in the kitchen and he fell and...
Just the way he fell and landed. Yeah. Spiral fracture in his femur.
Yeah. So boy, did we have our hands full.
So at that point, he ended up staying with our son most of the time, taking care of him, and I was upstairs in labor, spending time with my mother and mother-in-law. Yeah. But he did manage to come up in time for the birth. Yeah. So he got to be there for the really important part.
Yeah. It really stretched us, didn't it?
It did. Here's our poor little boy who's not even 3. He had to be in traction for, what, 2 days?
Yeah. And when you break your femur and you're in traction like that, you get these muscle spasms. And they weren't able to do surgery right away. They like to wait a day till these spasms stop. So I got sandbags and I was kind of laying over him, holding him to be still. And then like every minute or two, it would jump and it would hurt. It's like, oh, to a father, like, oh. And then I was worried about you.
Yep.
And
our little babies, big babies. We were actually the talk of the hospital.
Yeah. I actually stayed. I slept at the hospital, you know, after the birth, and I was kind of a zombie walking back and forth between the floors, and you could hear the nurses saying, "I think that's the man and his wife gave birth to big twins, and his son broke his leg."
Yeah. They'd come in to take my blood and they go, "Oh, you're the one." Yeah. Yes, I'm the one. That's me. And we found out later, even other hospitals, friends of mine that worked in the hospital said, "Yeah, they were talking about you at this other hospital." So. There's
one scene in there, we have the video, where I go to see Jake and I'm trying to entertain him. I have these balloons, you know. And a lot of the family members gave balloons, or this room full of balloons. And there he is, you know, Dad, I'm trying to get these balloons stretched out and blowing them up and be able to like tie an animal or something.
That's become a family classic.
Oh, our kids now and everybody, they just howl laughing.
I mean, he's busting his gut trying to blow these balloons up. Jake's sitting there going, blow them up. And he can't.
These balloons, aren't they silly looking?
Blow them up.
When you blow them up, they're real long and skinny. Look, see?
Blow them up. Blow them up.
So,
Yeah, but-
everybody did rally around. I mean, our family, all of our friends, our church. Our church at that point always brought meals for 2 weeks after you had a
Yeah.
baby. Well, since I came home with twins and a 3-year-old in a body cast,
Yeah.
they actually brought meals for like 6 weeks.
He was heavy. I mean,
Yeah.
the body cast came up to here, went down, and went, the full leg on one and a half leg on the other with the bar.
So he was over 50 pounds with the cast, so I couldn't lift him,
No.
having the baby. So somebody actually had to be with me when he went to work all day long because Jake was potty trained,
Yeah.
and they'd have to lift him, on and off the potty. I couldn't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So we had somebody with us for 6 weeks. We had meals for 6 weeks. It was a interesting
But-
time.
That Thanksgiving, when we came home from the hospital,
Yeah.
that was a special day. We were all at the hospital for what, was it 3 days?
The hospital back then actually let me stay an extra day so I could go home the same day Jake went home.
Yep. So we loaded up in the vans and the cars and we came home. So on that Thanksgiving day, was it
36 years ago.
36 years ago, my whole family came home from the hospital.
Family of 5.
Family of 5. And that is a beautiful story.
It was a special day.
Yep.
Well, Bud, this is your house.
Hey, there
This
we
is
go.
where we live.
There's Alex, snoozing.
Yeah. Here comes Jakey.
So we were so thankful. So many prayers from family and friends, and they really stepped in to help us. And our church community and our family just really showed us their love and their
Yeah.
caring for that.
So there's at least 2 of us at church that had 3 under 3.
Yeah,
So it was a wild time, but it was a great time, Now
Yeah.
they're all grown up, have kids of their own. We just watched the video today, and it's hard to believe that was us. It
Yeah.
was so long ago. It seems like it was somebody else, but you look back and that was really special.
yeah, a beautiful story. So we know that you have stories in your family too, and we're sharing this story to just encourage you all to share memories and stories, and we just pray God will bless your family richly as He does ours. Well, thanks for joining us to hear our story, and we just hope that you take blessing from that and enjoy your family, and
take time to sit around and talk to each other and tell them what you're thankful for.
yeah.
So we're thankful for you too, for how you're interested in our farm and how you encourage us with your comments. So it's been really meaningful to us to have you in a part of our community too. So thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.